we are not going to allow this pathogen that's been around the country of ignoring the law.
The state of the state in Florida this morning as one Florida school coming under fire for a curriculum they reportedly taught in health class to sixth graders. The lesson included a slide which read on your screen, quote, "Most people who have biological male reproductive parts are boys, and most people who have biological female reproductive parts are girls. But sometimes people can have reproductive parts that don't match who they are," end quote. Joining us to discuss is a mother of three and director of Outreach of Parents Defending Education, Erika Sanzi. Erika, thanks so much for coming on. We do appreciate the time. Talk to me about this. What happened and your reaction to that?
Well, unfortunately, since I look at materials from schools all over the country, this wasn't surprising to me. This very much mirrors what we're seeing in schools all over the country, which is beginning these lessons at much younger ages. So sixth graders are usually 11 years old, and moving in a direction where not only are they sort of beginning to deny the existence and reality of biology, but they begin to avoid using terms like male and female. So in these lessons, for example, they went out of their way not to use the words male and female. And what the best part, I think, is that they did this in the name of what they call honest sexuality education. So now honesty to them means denying the existence of biology and pretending that we shouldn't be talking about males and females.
Right. When you look at the statement, or rather the curriculum put out, it essentially says the biology could be wrong. Newsmax reached out to the school for a comment, just to remain fact-based again, and here's the result from that. And I'll read it to you. It says, the University of Florida's P.K. Yonge Development Research School's Human Growth and Development curriculum aligns with state and federal guidelines to ensure that its content is age-appropriate and grounded in science. Parents and caregivers were notified in early May of the upcoming lessons and were provided with links to the slides that would be presented in class to sixth grade students. The letter also included guidance for parents and caregivers who wish to opt out of their children out of it without instruction, without penalty. The curriculum, in question is currently under review by P.K. Yonge administration in anticipation of forthcoming technical guidance from the Florida Department of Education to ensure its instruction continues to be in compliance with state law. And it goes on a little bit. But your reaction to that and that response to the curriculum?
Well, I'm sure viewers might find the response frustrating, but it's actually true. The reason that we see districts and schools doing this is because of what's coming down from the state level and also the federal level. One thing I suspect a lot of people don't realize is that the Biden administration just put out their rewrite for Title IX. Title IX is a law that was passed 50 years ago to ensure equality. And at the time, mostly for girls and women, they needed to have equal opportunities in educational institutions that received federal funding. The rewrite of Title IX by the Biden administration 100% supports exactly what this school district is doing. It wants to swap out the biological sex for gender identity. And what that would mean is that in addition to lessons like this in the curriculum, which again are coming from state guidance and federal guidance, it would also mean that these same sixth graders in this classroom would have absolutely no right to any single sex spaces at all in their schools. It would mean that biological males could use the same restrooms and locker rooms and even sleep in the same sleeping quarters on overnight field trips as the girls. So even though that reply does seem like a bit of a cop-out, it's also true. So and if they are reviewing it, I certainly would give them credit for that and hope that they change course. I would also say that the opt-out piece is important. In many districts, parents aren't even being notified of any of this or being given a mechanism to opt out. So at the very least, if parents were given an opportunity to opt out, I would put that in the plus column.
All right, we'll leave it right there. Erika Sanzi, out of time with you. I appreciate you weighing in on that. We do appreciate that. Good to see you.